on the 16th of April 2013. We have invited more than 400 CEOs to Copenhagen to discuss the future around sustainability and CSR. We believe in that by doing good for the world, you also do good for your business. So we have a business mindset when it comes to social responsibility. The companies are currently taking more than they're giving to the planet, and I think this math will change. And I think it will change because the companies that care, they also win. So right now we are at the KaosPilots, and I'm here because I work here on a daily basis as head of marketing, and I'm a team leader, and that means my role is to inspire our young students to follow their dreams and help them ask why they do what they do and why they're going to do what they're going to do with their future. So hopefully spending 3 years here at the KaosPilots will enable them to follow their dream. Corporate social responsibility, to me, is asking the why. Why are we a company? What is our role in the world? And corporate social responsibility consists of 3 words that are actually quite difficult to work with when it comes to being a responsible business. And that's because corporate, to me, is only for the few companies that view themselves as corporate. Social is too limited, doesn't include environment and more. And responsibility tends to sound negative. It sounds like something that is put upon you rather than an opportunity. So for me, CSR could be rephrased into being a responsible business. And then using the responsibility to develop your business, work with product innovation, product development, loyalty amongst your staff members and so on. So CSR is very much filled with opportunities to embrace the future and use it as a benefit rather than a heavy burden put upon you because you have to. For some people, CSR is perceived as hot air, as a hot balloon, as a buzzword, like a trend right now. And I think this is due to the fact that in the beginning of taking upon your social responsibility, it became very much about marketing, sponsorship, partnerships with NGOs, where you tried to tell the world that we are doing such a great thing for this organization, and for this reason we are a responsible business. So it was very much about showing off. There was a lot of greenwashing, meaning that you tried to make the picture looked pink and perfect, rather than maybe telling the whole story. And now it seems as though we are all maturing when it comes to being a responsible business, and we start a whole other place. We start at the fundamental why. Why are we a business, and where do we take a responsibility? And we should start at the core. So for instance, if a company produces cell phones, the old approach to this would be to team up with a non-profit that perhaps appeals to teenagers that are mass consumers of this product, and do a campaign together with them that would benefit some charity. And that would be saying, now we are a responsible business. But rather than doing this, we should start at looking at, so we produce cell phones, how do we make them? Where do we produce them? How are the people that make our phones treated? Do they have a good salary, fair working conditions, and so on? And then move on to, so how about our own staff members? How are we treating them? So that is a more holistic way. It's what you call systemic CSR, looking at the core of your business rather than looking at one small aspect. Some people view CSR as big business, and in a sense I think it's true. I don't see any contradiction between taking social responsibility and then making profit. I see them as two things that are very linked to each other, and that should be linked. Because I think one of the reasons why the world has seen such a growth in NGOs, non-governmental organizations, is that the old way of doing business creates problems in the society, problems that we then have to create organizations to take care of. I hope and I think in the future companies will acknowledge their role and that they are part of society, they benefit from society, so they should consider society. And this would hopefully mean that companies start thinking a little more like non-profits in the sense that they have a responsibility. And maybe even the non-profits will start having a business mindset saying that we are in this world to solve these problems, but we have to do it in a way where we don't fight the companies, but we work with them. So I think this distinction between whether you are a non-profit or a for-profit is a distinction that will become more blurry in the future, and hopefully it will benefit the planet. Integrating corporate social responsibility into your business, I think in the future will be a key driver. It will be something that you can use to develop new products by asking different kinds of questions, by asking bigger why questions. Why are we in this world and what does this mean for our products? I think CSR will be very beneficial when it comes to attracting the right kind of staff members. I mean, people will not only ask, where do I get the best salary? They will also ask, is this a company that I want to work for? Is it a company that I'm proud of telling my children that I'm a part of? We are aware that there are environmental changes going on. They will also affect our children and grandchildren. So we will also be starting to ask ourselves, what can we do about it? And when we ask ourselves, it will also, of course, and hopefully, influence the companies. Because company is just a word. A company consists of human beings. So what each human being brings to their work will influence the decisions being made. Even though I'm aware that there are shareholders, investors, and so on, for whom the main purpose is the profit. But I think there will be a pressure from the companies as well to consider other aspects of what it means to be a business.